It looks like Rob Pelinka and the Lakers are still trying to trade Russell Westbrook. But even still, just like a couple months ago in mid-season and All-Star break, or a few months ago, however long it's been, the offer is still at a standstill. And the reason why the offer for the Russell Westbrook situation is still at a standstill, because a lot of people just understand Russell Westbrook comes with individuality and he doesn't come with team-oriented play that involves winning. And I'm not saying that some teams shouldn't think that way, you know what I'm saying, or, whatever the case may be, but it's bad when some teams are looking at the situation from that standpoint and they don't even have a chance to win a championship, because everybody knows a few months ago during All-Star break trade, during the All-Star break, they were looking to try to get rid of Russell Westbrook, but they were trying to make a trade for him with John Wall with the Houston Rockets. I mean, the Houston Rockets honestly knows they're not going anywhere anytime soon, especially in regards to winning a championship. They didn't win one with James Harden, so they're not going to win one no time soon. Not unless something drastically happens or they form a big three there, which I don't see happening because nobody is there to form a big three for anybody to be attractive enough to go there, or there's no attraction there for nobody to even want to come. So my point is this: if they're playing hardball with the Lakers in regards to Russell Westbrook being at a standstill with the trade offer, well, what does that tell you about other teams? Other teams really don't want to go on that notion of trying to trade Russell Westbrook, because even if a team like that is making it difficult for a trade, then that means other teams that are a little bit better, like the Indiana Pacers and other teams like that, low budget teams right now, that are not much better than the Houston Rockets, even though they are a little bit better. It's going to be tough to get rid of Russell Westbrook because nobody really wants the guy, and everybody knows what comes with him. It's a bunch of either drama and or him just playing by himself with his individual stats, and it's a bunch of non-winning, and teams are already in a rut of not winning, so why add to what they already have in a non-winning way? So it's like in the Lakers, for the most part, I mean, that has to stay at a standstill if you ask me, because I mean, even Shannon Sharp said it. Trading Russell Westbrook for John Wall is the same thing. Both of them play, kind of reckless. Both of them are never been winners, never had a high IQ in basketball. And on top of that, they never won anything. You know what I'm saying? They, even though Westbrook is a way better player than John Wall has ever been, but still, both of them never won any championships or anything, or never been a part of a team like that. Even though Russ has been in the finals before, because he's played with, seemed like every superstar in the NBA, but it's just, they're really not, you're not gaining anything by trading, Wall for Russell Westbrook. So that's the reason why, I think the offer is still at a standstill. And the crazy thing is the offer is at a standstill mainly because I think the Houston Rockets don't want to even go through with it, because they just see Russell Westbrook as just, somebody who's declining, doesn't have the first step that he used to. And on top of that, he's just a turnover machine. So what's the point of getting him? They're trying to better their team at some point, not stay in the same situation they've been in, here lately.
And, with that being said, you got to look at it from a standpoint of what can either team really gain, in this situation, which is the reason why the situation's at a standstill with the Houston Rockets. The Houston Rockets are not getting better with Russell Westbrook in their mind, because if they thought that, they would have had the trade go through at the trade deadline at the All-Star break, but they didn't, because they didn't see really no purpose. I mean, it's just trading, apple, basically, an apple for an apple. It's not like you're getting something different. You're getting the same exact thing you already have, basically. A player that is pretty much out of their prime, not playing to the level of the way they used to. And then on top of that, you don't know you don't know what you're going to get in regards to Russell Westbrook, if you bring him on the Houston Rockets, because, you do know he's going to put up numbers and stats, but you don't know how much more wins the team is going to get. I mean, the team is not winning now. They're not going to win anything with Russell Westbrook because he's only one guy. And every team that's good now has at least two guys on there, two star players on there, at least the very, very good teams. And the Houston Rockets aren't going nowhere anytime soon. So, and then on the Lakers standpoint, if you get John Wall, how does that make you exponentially better than what you were with Russell Westbrook? I mean, I guess it can't hurt or make you any worse, but I mean, it's not going to make you better. The Lakers are about winning championships. They're not about just trying to make it to a playoffs or a play-in tournament. Or maybe I should say now that's different. Maybe they are just trying to make it to a play-in tournament since they missed this one this year, which is which is unfathomable, but it happened. So my thing is, whatever the Lakers try to do in regards to trading Russell Westbrook, it's not going to work out, mainly because most teams just don't see the value. In a $40 million contract, I think he's owed on his contract. I mean, nobody's going to take on that fee, especially at the way he plays now. And if he can't do nothing with a team like the Lakers with all that talent on there, well, he's definitely not going to flourish on a team with less talent. And that's the way Houston's looking at it. And probably that's the way a lot of other teams are looking at it. So, I mean, to me, I just don't understand the whole process of trading them. I mean, it's going to be tough for them because, as I said before, nobody wants Russell Westbrook. So it's like you're trying to give away something that nobody wants to have. You know what I'm saying? It's just a bad recipe, a bad situation. It's a bad everything. It's a bad everything that you could think of, all the above. You know what I'm saying? No matter how you look at it. And, when I think about this situation in its entirety, the Lakers are in a really bad situation even now because no matter the head coach they get, they're going to put more stress on him with the players they currently have. And if they trade, now you're trying to build up a championship team with a old superstar in LeBron James that you hope that can come back next year and play to the level that he's played this past season, but that's not a guarantee. And then you're asking him to stay healthy all 82 games and take it to the playoffs and try to win a championship with an unhealthy Anthony Davis from week to week. So it's like, even if they got rid of Russell Westbrook, it's not going to solve all their problems anyway, because their biggest problem, as I said before, is defense. So, I mean, if defense is their biggest problem, unless they're getting like a healthy Kawhi Leonard or somebody like that, who could really play some outstanding defense and give you scoring, and everybody kind of, follows behind him with the defense, or somebody of that caliber, I mean, it's going to be tough for the Lakers. And like I said, you can't ask Carmelo Anthony to play defense because he never did. I mean, it's like they're just in a really bad position, and I don't see this next season being any better than this last one that they just played. They might make the play-in tournament, maybe, or something like that, but if you want to call that an upgrade. But I mean, regardless of that, I don't really see them being that much a better team because they still got all pretty much the same players, and they're not getting any younger anytime soon, and not unless they just revamp the whole roster and do a rebuild. But we all know LeBron James is not for that rebuilding. He's never been for that. That's never been his MO. That's not what he's thinking, and that's not what he's about. So that's a waste of time to even think that thought. So I mean, like I said, it's just bad all the way around. I personally think they're going to end up keeping Russell Westbrook, and they're going to have to just try to make the best of what they have, and just try to go in the next season and maybe try to wing it and see what they can get out of it. And maybe they'll trade LeBron the following season, or maybe LeBron will just leave or retire, and then they might have room for somebody else to come in there, maybe, but who knows? I mean, right now it's not looking good, and really doesn't look good going forward. But hey, that's my take on everything. Leave any comments in the comment section. Check out my other videos as always, and hey, Khaliis out.